Today we're going to be making a dot artwork and our sketchbook cover. We're going to do it at the same time. So the first thing I need you to do is fold your paper like this so that it opens like a book. This is our sketchbook cover. You will also get a paper plate. That's going to be our dot. On our sketchbook cover, making sure that it opens the correct way, we're going to write our name in Sharpie. I always say this, but make sure you write your name, not the word name. You want to write it nice and big, and of course, if you want to do that in pencil first and trace it, that is okay. We're going to be working on it like this today. Before we do that, let's flip it back to be a book, and we need to write in the inside cover our teacher's name. You can also write your name again, but this will help me if for some reason your sketchbook gets misplaced from your folder. All right, your paper plate's going to be our dot artwork. So it also needs your name. You don't need to put your teacher on the front. You can put it on the back. But I'll keep your paper plates together so we don't need it on the front. So today we're going to be using a variety of tools, and I'm going to show you how to use them effectively and safely so that way we can take care of them. The first tool we're going to use are markers. Make sure that when you are using markers, you snap the marker caps back on. That makes sure that they are absolutely closed. Also, markers like to sleep upside down, so that way the ink is always readily in the tip of the marker. So even if you flip them for the time we're in class, flip them upside down when you are done. The next tool we're going to use are quick sticks. They look like glue sticks. You pop them open like a glue stick, and also like a glue stick, you don't want to twist them too high, just enough to see the top. Quick sticks are solid tempera paint, so they'll kind of feel like a big oil pastel, but they're paint that dries within 60 to 90 seconds. The last thing I'm going to show you is the bubble wrap. We're using bubble wrap so that we can create some nice even dots. And there are crayons on your table as well if you'd like to use those. So I'll show you how to use the bubble wrap in just a moment, but let's first start with a dot. So you're going to pick your favorite color. I'm going to start with marker, and you're going to create a dot in the middle of your paper. You also want to create the same dot on your plate. Now our goal is that our plate and our sketchbook cover look unified. I like to work back and forth, making sure that if I do something on the plate, I do the other thing on my sketchbook cover, or I do the same thing on my sketchbook cover. Our goal is to make it look like that they're part of the same pattern. And we'll talk about pattern in a second. But this is how you use the bubble wrap. You color on it with marker, any shape you want, color it in. You take it and like a stamp, you print it. Yes, these are Amazon Prime wrappers. Look how I'm rubbing it. I am not punching it or trying to smack it. We don't want to pop the bubbles. Look, and there you go. You have a nice even bubble pattern. And once again, I'm going to do the same thing on my sketchbook that I'm going to do on my plate. As you work, I want you to think of balance and repetition. So repetition means to repeat something multiple times. So if I have a pink dot, I want to make more pink dots throughout the piece so that way it looks nice and even. I also want to do more of the blue dots. And now that I'm making purple dots, I want to make more of the purple dots. Now you might have one dot on the plate, which is okay, but you should repeat what you're doing on your sketchbook cover. This repeating of the same kinds of shapes and colors throughout your artwork will make it feel balanced. So when we say balance, we don't mean a weight, we're talking about visual balance. That means when you look around, it feels like it's evenly interesting all around. And a great way to do that is to make a pattern that repeats. So I'm going to keep making the same kinds of dots in different places on my sketchbook. Remember, you can make dots, lines, it's wherever your imagination takes you, but you should repeat it so it feels nice and even. The best way to think about it, once again, is like a pattern, like a pattern on a piece of fabric. Remember, you are making your own dots. You're creating them into whatever you want. You don't have to do flowers if you want yours to look like something from a book or a video game, that's cool, but just remember you need to be able to repeat it over and over again so it feels balanced. I would keep it simple, do lines and shapes, use your favorite colors, things that are going to make you happy because this will be your sketchbook cover for the rest of the school year. And I like to keep it simple by only having a few things to repeat. So instead of like a bunch of different kinds of shapes, I just have one main idea, and then the background I'm just going to fill it with different kinds of, or one kind of bubble. As you're working, also make sure that you're taking care of your supplies. If you want to change your bubble wrap color, you will have a wipe so that way you can change it without making the colors muddy. At the end of our work time, thinking about our supplies, taking care of them, using them appropriately, you will clean off your bubble wrap to make sure that it is usable for the next person. Make sure all marker caps are snapped back on and upside down, and make sure all quick sticks have their caps tightly on as well. That way you know that we're taking care of our supplies and that they will be nice for us the next time.